Hello, 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 and welcome. We're back. The ENG YNPL review show with the Fast Five, obviously, this weekend going on. And that's why Richard has summoned us all to the screen. But how are you all? Let us know in the comments. We love comments, don't we, Richard?
Yeah, only good ones.
Only good ones. And Hayden, we love comments, don't we, mate?
Yeah, as long as they're negative towards Richard and not me, I'm cool with the negative.
Well,
Hayden, you're the, you don't, it's not like you, it's hard for people not to direct them to you the way you go on, mate.
Okay, well.
Whoa, we've had about what? About 4-6 weeks?
I haven't even got started yet.
And it's continued.
Right,
Richard, give us the lowdown of why you've summoned us all here. And
okay, so for many years, I've advocated 2-point shots, 3-point shots and stuff within netball. I think it's just more exciting. Every time we see a long shot within the game or within our leagues, it does get everyone off their feet. It's just a natural thing. Like seeing the impossible is a good thing. The Fast Five competition has been running for a few years now. I absolutely love the concept. And so to get our season underway, we've got a youth under 17s Fast Five competition. And we're just going to, we've summoned Hayden here because it's something that's new to me. I feel like I'm starting netball for the first time again. So Hayden's going to kind of educate me a little bit on what we're going to be witnessing. And also the most important thing, the tactics of it. I'm really intrigued to hear, the tactical side of how you play this game. And and we've also got a special guest we'll be bringing in. She is a 2-time Youth Netball Premier League Southern Conference champion. She's a 1-time ENG Under-12s Netball Cup national champion. She's an Under-14s Youth Netball Premier League Grand Finals national champion. She's a ENG Under-14s Youth Netball Premier League Southern Conference MVP. And she's just been picked to play for England under-17s, England Roses under-17s, and it's Sasha Dale from Paul Diamonds, the incredible Sasha Dale, who we've had the privilege of working with for 4 years now. 4 years.
Is it really 4 years we've known Sasha?
Yeah.
Wow. Feels like 10.
It's like watching your children grow up. I'm telling you. But Sasha, welcome.
Sorry, can I just? I was actually saying to somebody the other day, blah blah blah, who they are, but I was saying about how obviously you've progressed into the Roses, and I was like, FBL has this young lady all the way from grassroots all the way to when she starts to get into obviously the big time. So Sky Sports, BT Sports, if you're interested, £25,000 for footage, by the way.
But Sasha, you haven't had much of a break. You lot seem to have been going and going and going with all your franchise stuff, and you were selected to play to trial for England. Am I right in saying this is the second time you've done this trial?
Yeah, so in January, I think it was more of like an experience thing. It was only a day I went for, but I got selected for the 3-day, which was very happy.
So again, when you go to these things, I know how daunting they are. You've kind of played with these players a lot over the years. Netball is a big world, but a small world in a type of way. Are you still as nervous when you go to these things, or are you kind of relatively at ease because you've been playing with these girls for 3-4 years?
I'm always nervous, no matter what.
So were you surprised you got picked? Did you feel you performed well on a day?
What, the trial or at the?
Yeah, did you walk away from it and think I did really well there? I think I've got a good chance, or are you quite self-critical yourself?
Not necessarily. Like I was more like I gave it my all. Like not everything went to plan. Like I couldn't have done. Like I tried my best,
And this trial process, is it 3 days? Is it?
Yeah.
Is it just what you do on the trial? Nothing else matters.
I'm not really sure.
Yeah. Can I say, Richard, I say Sasha is one of the best leaders we have, like in youth netball, right? So her impact on the game isn't just what she does herself; it's the effect that she has on her teammates. So when you had your more than a game 2, and Sasha had a police escort down, and they were 7 points down. They were 7 points down, right? When Sasha came on the court, there was no panic. As soon as Sasha came on the court, everything calmed down, and they fought back from 7 down against a very strong Turnford team and got that game level twice, right? So, as I said, it's not just her talent and what she does herself; it's the effect that she has on her teammates in terms of getting the best out of them.
They're going to make that into a film one day. I swear to God, that was such a build-up. You know, that has everything for a blockbuster. I swear to God. And then it has like that sequel. You know what I mean? Where
so Sasha, you have been put on a pedestal for 4. Like everyone knows who you are. 4 years now. You've kind of you and Paul Diamonds have kind of dominated the youth netball. Hayden, you might be able to give me some answers on this, but I can't believe within 4 years since the under-12s we did that Netball Cup, you and Turnford have not been pushed off your pedestal in 4 years. How is that possible? How is it possible that within 4 years teams around you have not? They probably have improved, but how have you maintained such a high level of performance? Is it just because ENG have put you?
Yeah.
But what is it? Because normally the Northwest teams they're very dominant, but you've just kept them at bay. Any insight into how that is?
Well, realistically, we only play like the Northern teams when it comes to the grand finals, so it is really like on the day, taking one game at a time. I think with us and Turnford, like Southern, we give it like our all, like throughout the whole league, like every team does, but they all challenge us, different teams. But to be honest with you, I don't really know where it's always top 2.
Like, have you enjoyed the experience, the ENG experience? You've got a few little events you're doing, but in terms of high immersion, it's kind of over for you now. But in terms of the whole experience and having those big rivalries and build-ups and stuff, did you enjoy the whole process?
Yeah, it's just so much match play. It's great. Like from down here, we don't really get as much. So when you go up there and play all the different teams, it is quite nice.
And one question before we move on to you and Hayden are now gonna like do the tactical bit, but is it done? The rivalry, when we go back in history, is it solidified that Turnford was the better team? Can you admit that right here, right now, or are you not sure?
Box, buddy.
I think we like on the day it is what it is. I don't really know. Like we do.
Right. There's a difference here, right? So both teams are very successful, right? But the way Turnford won and was successful was in a more traditional way, right? It was in a way that you would traditionally expect netball teams to be good at, right? Defense, etc. Zanae getting interceptions, Coco, excellent shooter. Now, the way Paul won with that two-handed overhead pass, with the transitions, with the pace of the games, they've won in a style that it kind of broke the rule book, right? Because if you went to your netball sort of coaching manual and said how to coach, young netball players, what Sam Bird's done with Turnford is she's followed that manual and she's got the absolute best out of them in terms of what you would say, this is how we coach netball players. But Hayley ripped up that manual, invented a new manual, and Sasha and Gracie Garish and Izzy and all of those girls embraced a new style and was able to match or even exceed Turnford at times, playing a different style.
Can I just add something?
So sorry, Hayden, what are you saying then? Tell me what you're saying.
Okay, so if we compare to basketball, right, the Phoenix Suns, the 7 seconds or less Phoenix Suns, they never won an NBA title, right? But the style that Mike D'Antoni played, that had a big impact on like the Golden State Warriors with Stephen Curry. So they then used that style and did become NBA champions. So in terms of that Paul team, it's not just the success that they've had on the court, but like you said now, when you run your under 10 camps and your workshops, all the young girls now are using this passing style. They're attempting the long passes. Yeah. So Paul has kind of changed the way that the game has been played on a national level in a way that Turnford hasn't. Obviously, both teams have been very successful.
So would you agree with that, Sasha?
Yeah, I think like, well, I don't know. I think I've obviously seen people when I was growing up like doing the overhead passes as well, and I've always wanted to implement it. But I suppose like with Tampa, they kept their own game and they weren't, you know, like phased by whatever we were doing. They kept their own game the whole however long it was. So it pays off in different ways.
Yeah,
I just think personally that venue's cursed for you.
I just like to add that I believe that once in a generation scenario, you had a great load of people, so a great load of your team players, and the same with Turnford, who were great together, worked together, you know, created that niche, and literally were unable to be unbound. And it's one of the, you know, when you get that perfect team that just happens, you know, and it can't be, no matter how much if you brought people in, it doesn't really matter. It's these people who are literally come together at this right moment in time, and they're at a right sort of mindset, and they all know how to work well together. I think that's what we had with the Turnford and Paul. Yeah. I think if you replayed in 10 years' time, it would be the same sort of atmosphere. It would be the same sort of bond. You wouldn't see any different, and it will be magic to watch.
Well, we do that. They did a 10-year anniversary. But before we move on to the Fast Five stuff, I want to apologise to anyone who's in the room right now watching and thinks we're going to do the draw for my summer holiday competition. I completely forgot to put the names down. So I'll do it tomorrow online. You can now go back and watch TV and go bed or whatever. So I apologise, but me and my goldfish brain just completely forgot to get all the names in. So there you go. But Hayden, do you want to kick us off with so Fast Fives? It's 5v5. We've got it this Saturday and Sunday. We've got the Southern and the Northern. Unfortunately, the Southern's been affected by trials from Mavericks and Pose and stuff, which was a big pain. But the North, it's fully packed, rammed up. But you know, the game seems obviously fast, and what I love about it more than anything is the fact that these girls can showcase long shots and be rewarded for those long shots. So give us a little insight into Fast Fives.
Okay, yeah, Martin, if you could share my screen, I've made a few notes.
You were going to say that.
So basically, right, it's a lot different. And even if you're going back to the tournament they had in the Super League at the end of the year, like maths plays a big part. So some of those coaches were making like horrendous decisions. So yeah, any Super League team that wants to hire me to kind of make their sort of tactics more efficient, I'll just put that out there straight away. Okay.
Hayden,
right, so
you've just started the first sentence off with like a massive like, hang on, give me a job.
Right, number one, I'll highlight this here. Never shoot, because Richard, you're doing the 5-3-1.
Yes.
Right?
Hold on.
And the power plays.
Yes.
Okay. So I kind of like that format as well. Right. Rule number one. Right. Okay. So number one, the goal attacks, the people that can shoot long shots, they are the most valuable players on the team. Right. So literally in the whole country, there's only a handful of girls that can shoot those long shots. So like your Kira Rothwells, your Sophie Kellys, your Rachel Dunns, like even though Rachel Dunn's getting towards the end of her career, if we were drafting players, like for the NFL draft, quarterbacks tend to get taken first. In a Fast Five, all of the goal attacks and goal shooters that can shoot that 5-point shot, they're the most valuable players. So that's point number one.
Agree, Sasha?
Yes. I don't know. I think all the players on the court are just
PR.
I just want to say to Sasha, I have seen you play goal attack. So in the shooting competitions, I'm sure you've been practicing the fives, like Izzy, you and Ella. Who's got the best shot from range?
That's not really like a. I don't know.
Come on, if it was a 5-point shot, if you were down 4 and it was a 5-point shot with sort of 5 seconds to go, whose hands would you want the ball in? Yours?
Come on, Sasha. Come on.
Even split.
Even split. Okay, well, we're going to find out. Okay, so yeah, right. So in a normal netball game, the part of the court where most points are scored from is sort of under the post, right? The objective is to get the ball as close to the post as possible, and then you're going to shoot in the 90s. right? So in a fast 5, especially with a 5-3-1, those 1-point shots have no value, right? So if you look at the final in the Super League one at the end of the season, the Fast 5 All-Stars, the winning team scored 51 points, right? Manchester Thunder scored 51 points in that final. So if you can put 51 points, that was like Gabby Sinclair was going crazy. And then in the semi-final, Bath scored 37 because Sophie Kelly was going crazy. 1 point, that's not doing anything for you. So don't shoot ones ever, right? That's point number 2.
What happens if it's 50-50?
Yeah, so that would be when you would shoot a 1, right? Okay, so and that's what I put here. Never shoot ones except in late game management, right? So, for instance, yeah, if it's tied with 10 seconds to go, you're going to shoot a 1. If you're up 5 and there's like 30 seconds to go, shoot a 1 to go up 6, and shooting a 5 to go up 10 is basically the same thing. So it's only really in those late game situations that you would ever shoot a 1. So basically, Richard, when we get to the tournament of the weekend, if any team is sort of shooting 1s in practice, I just kick them out of the tournament straight away. Like 3 to 5.
Sasha, are you agreeing with this?
Yeah, no, I understand I completely understand what you're saying. Like the 3s and the 5s are definitely more valuable, but at the same time, like if you have got really strong defense in your team, you do get the chance to shoot the 1. Is it worth risking going out? Well, I mean, it's got to be because it's fast.
Oh, surely, if you get a power play, a 1 turns into a 2, right?
Yeah, and what does a 5 turn into?
5 turn into a 10.
Right.
Yeah, but I get it. But do you think we're going to see 1 5-point shot made?
Oh, loads.
Oh.
Okay. Well, I'm hoping the highlight reel from this tournament is going to be immense.
Yeah. Right. So, okay, then. Right. So going, if you look at the top, right. So the positions, what we normally expect those positions to do is very different in Fast 5. So basically, if we can establish, and some of those Super League teams were shooting 1s, some of those Super League teams were shooting 1s and missing, like that's criminal. So basically, Richard, if you look at it from a mathematical perspective, right, if you shoot 100% from 1s, you only need to shoot 20% from 5 to get the same, right? So you only have to make 1 out of 5. But the thing, and remember, it's not like a normal netball game where centre pass switches, right? The other team scores, you always get the centre pass back. Okay.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So basically, yeah. So yeah, which is one rule that you were thinking of implementing in your league anyway, right? But, yeah.
I'd love to do that. Yeah, that's brilliant. I'm even happier now. I'm even happier.
So basically, if let's say every time I went up the court, I shot a 5 and missed, and the other team went and scored a 1, as long as I score like 20% of my 5s will be level. But the thing is, I'm not gonna every time I miss, I'm gonna get the rebounds a lot. And the other thing is, when I do miss and they get the rebound, they still have to take it the full length of the court. So really, to beat a team shooting only 1s, I don't really need to shoot like 20% from 5. It only really needs to be about like 14% or something like that, 13%. And these girls are more than capable of hitting like 1 out of 7 or 1 out of 8 from 5-point range. Like you've got like Molly Street from AP Saints, who I've seen train. Her mum's like 150 pounds off you, sort of hitting bombs in your competition. So we have girls out there that can shoot.
So Sasha, what position have you been practicing in?
Secret.
Oh, see, Hayden, they don't know when to switch off. This is meant to be fun.
I've got my pool lineup. I've got my pool. What I would pick for Paul. I've got it ready. That's on the next slide.
I was kind of hoping that this weekend would just be a bit of fun, but Sasha's taking it there, isn't she? She's taking it down that dark road.
I'm with Sasha, man. I'm sorry. This is competition play. I'm not giving anything away.
Okay, so Richard, so briefly going through these positions, right? So a goalkeeper like Zanea, she's really good because she can defend the post, block shots, and all that kind of stuff. But what we've established is that in Fast 5, with a 5-3-1 format. Now, with a 3-2-1 format, shooting 1s has some value. But in a 5-3-1 format, shooting 1s has 0 value, like unless Richard said it's at the end of the game and it's going to be the last shot. So as a goalkeeper, you're not defending the post. You're defending the 3-point line and the 5-point line. So these big goalkeepers that are kind of strong but not particularly mobile don't have such great, like a Jiva Mentor, for example, don't have great value in a Fast 5. But looking at your league, someone like Ava Patterson, like a Timmy Adewale, like those goalkeepers that play goal defense goalkeeper, because they need to be able to get out to the 3 and the 5 point line, but they also need to be able to rebound as well. So you need speed, rebounding, and speed to defend those outside shots.
Well, is Martha playing this weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope she is, because she's in my lineup.
Okay, cool. Yeah, okay. Well, Sasha can kind of stare at the camera and we can read her eyes when you put your lineup up, see if it's correct.
So that's the goalkeepers, right? So the key thing, Rich, is in a normal netball game, the shooters, especially your elite teams, they're shooting like 90%, right? But if we're talking about the most optimal thing to do is just keep like chucking it up from 5, probably they're going to miss like 70% of those shots. So
no, mate. No, 90% of the shots, mate.
Sophie Kelly and like some of the I think you're underestimating some of these shooters. So,
bro, do you know how hard it is to shoot from that range?
Listen, you've got girls that are going to be able to shoot like over 20%. I'm sure.
Sasha, you're
from AP Saints.
Sasha, you're a shooter. You kind of jump into shooter when it's kind of when it's emergency time. How often would a shooter in their gardens be practicing a shot from that range?
What, from outside the D?
So when you go, even on the edge of, even inside the D, but just on the borderline of it, how often would a shooter practice that shot?
Yeah, but it's just as relevant to shoot under the post at home and far away. Like,
no, but would a shooter practice a long shot vigorously?
Yeah, most likely.
Oh, you are such a liar.
Only if they play basketball. That's it.
Sasha, you are in the England team. It doesn't matter if you say the wrong thing tonight. the England, they're like, if she says the wrong thing, she's out.
Yeah, phone call. If the phone rings in the background, we know.
What I'm trying to say is, Hayden, the point I'm trying to make is these girls don't practice this shot, mate.
Yeah, but the shooters can shoot. Like shooting, like if you can shoot from anywhere, right? So, like they can, yeah.
Hold on, let me give you. No, hold on. Let me give you a little bit of a reality check. Can I just mention Ruud van Nistelrooy? What was he famous for?
I don't want to talk about footballers. Yeah, he's a finisher inside the box, or Gary Lineker, or Fox in the box.
Ruud van Nistelrooy was a 6-yard box striker, right?
Right.
He was famous for never hardly scoring outside the box.
Yeah.
Because he focused in the 6-yard area. He couldn't score. He wasn't prolific outside the box because he wasn't skilled in scoring outside the box. Some shooters, they ain't going to be skilled in shooting that far away. It's a hard shot. No backboard as well. Sasha, back me up on this, please.
Well, you have different strengths, don't you? Different shooters, different strengths. So
if you were to take 10 5-point shots, Sasha, how many do you think you'd get in?
1, 2, 3. I don't really.
I went from 1, then no, it's got to be 2, no, maybe 3.
Yeah, there's lots of things balancing on it, if that makes sense.
Give it. I would 1 out of 10, maybe, Sasha.
More.
How many have you been getting in practice, Sasha?
She's not going to answer.
Yeah.
Are you a solicitor? Don't answer that.
So Hayden, next, gone. Move on. Let's go.
Right. So basically, goalkeepers, you're not defending the post, you're defending the 3 and the 5. Right. So a goal defense now, right? Again, defending the 3 and the 5 point line, but because there's only 5 players on the court and not 7, a goal defense has more responsibilities like bringing the ball through the court, right? So they have more of an attacking role to play. Whereas in a 7-sided game, a goal defense is primarily focused on defense. And if we're talking about people just jacking up 5s and 70% of the shot, or 80% or 90%, you're saying, of the shots being missed, there's going to be a lot of rebounds. That goal defense is going to be getting the ball a lot of times to kind of start the offense going in the other way.
Cool.
Right.
I just want to let you know the umpires are watching this, so they're actually watching this with intrigue because they're trying to learn as they go along as well.
Yeah. So centers. Yeah. So Richard, the centers, you're linking defense and attack, but again, there's only 5 players on the court, right? So you don't want to run your center into the ground, or if you do, you need to use your bench.
I hope Gracie's blisters are healed up.
What do you mean use the bench? Explain.
Well, because you've got the rolling subs, right? So you need to use your bench more in a fast 5 because the court is the same size, but 5 players have got to do the work of 7. So you need to rotate your centre, your goal defence. Like, you need to keep them fresh.
Yeah,
it's a lot of running. Yeah. Whereas your goal attack, if your goal attack can shoot, they're like the most valuable player on the court. So you can never take them off unless you have someone else that can shoot. If you have a goal attack that can shoot like 20% from 5. They're more valuable than Zanaya, than Coco, than Sasha, anyone. So normally with Paul, we talk about Sasha, right? But literally any girl, even if she's in reserves, if she can shoot 20% from 5, she becomes more valuable than all of the pathway players and the England players.
Ooh,
shooting is so Richard, we might get some unknowns. We might get some unknown players that can just shoot.
Well, tell me this then. I would like to know this. The England... You might know the answer to this, Sasha. The England under-17s just come back from the Trinidad and the Commonwealth Games, right? Youth Commonwealth Games. What percentage were they doing? What points were they doing?
I think they were doing mostly like 3s, just inside the day, so the 3 bits.
3, 2, 1.
They were obviously very active.
Did they do 1, 2, 3 point scores today?
Yes.
Okay, so how many percent? I would love to know. England internationals, I would love to know, or it could be the Australians, it could be whoever else was there. What percentage was successful in the 3-point area, which is outside the D?
Those Australians are making a lot of shots. I briefly glanced the box scores, but them Australian girls, they can shoot.
Yeah, but that would be interesting because you're trying to say 70%. Well, 30% of the shots are going to go in. You're going to say. And if Australian international players are hitting, say, 20%, then your kind of your projections well out, mate.
Right.
So Sasha,
tomorrow there's going to be a lot of practicing going on.
Sasha, what are you looking forward to most about this concept of netball?
Just a new thing, isn't it? It'll be nice, a new experience. It'll be like, we've got kind of game now. It's just more learning, isn't it?
So you cut out a little bit there. So in terms of the match play type of stuff, it's going to be tiring. But like Hayden said, using your bench is going to be very important. Well, what position? Look, I know you're not giving away nothing tonight because you haven't been giving us a lot since you were under 12. But what position would you like to play the most?
This is my lineup. I've changed my screen. This is my starting lineup for Paul. A bit of a surprise in there as well.
Oh yeah, boy! It's like you had to go defence, Sasha.
This is my lineup. This is my lineup.
Yeah. I mean, no.
See,
is Katie at trials? Or is she available?
She's available.
No, she might be at London trials. Wait, is she available, Sasha?
Yeah.
Okay. I think. Why do you put that lineup, Hayden?
Okay, so I think a coach like Haley is going to think attack is the best form of defense. And remember, Poole are the highest scoring team in your ENG leagues amongst all the teams, right? So in Fast 5, again, it's more about the pace. Like, defending is not really so important in terms of like tracking your player and stuff like that. The key defensive skill in Fast 5 is rebounding. Okay, so if Sasha's playing goal defense, she doesn't have to do all that dirty work under the post and get involved with those like big, tall, strong girls. All she really has to do is like defend the 3 and the 5 point line and then get some rebounds against the goal attack. And goal attacks typically aren't as tall as the goal shooters. So if you have this lineup out there, which is basically like 1 defender and 4 attackers, like as soon as you get the rebound, it's like off to the races.
Oh, Sasha, he's onto something here. Give us some feedback, Sasha. Give us some feedback.
I just disagree on that one. I think as the goal defense, I'll have to get into a rebound position as well, and I'm not trained to do that. Like, we have to stop goal that do that. And like, I understand what you mean by the attacking bit, bring it down, but like our goal defenses can attack and they can like attack well. So I don't know why we wouldn't switch it. I would say, but I mean, you know.
Hayden, she's trying to basically say, what a rubbish lineup you've got there, mate.
Well, I might see it. I might see it at some point. But then obviously, like I said, we've got like pathway players, right? Not on the bench, right? So Katie can come in at goal defense, right? Olivia can come in at centre and give Gracie, a spell. And that's just like more pace. It's just more athletes, more athleticism coming onto the court.
Yeah, no, I definitely do think we have like strong rotation throughout, so that hopefully will be an advantage.
Yeah, West Hamford.
Definitely.
I'm picking to beat Turnford, by the way. Like in a fast five, I'm picking this pool team to beat Turnford.
Ooh.
So what would be the alternative if someone was to give you a second shot at predict, or what would be your alternative lineup, your second best lineup in a sense?
So I think it's an offensive game, so I want my best offensive players on the court, right? And I think Hayley kind of thinks that way. So Hayley will be coming up with creative ways to get the likes of Izzy, Ella, Gracie, Sasha, and Olivia on the court, right? So I think potentially you're going to see lineups with 4 of those players on court at the same time, and then Martha or Katie, at goalkeeper. Now, if you're winning, you might go for a bit more defensive lineup and have lineups with both Martha and Katie in them. But for instance, if you're losing the game and you need to come back, I'm just putting this is my pace, my burner lineup. They're not wearing netball shoes. They're wearing track spikes. This is the lineup I want.
And is it just the goal shooter and the goal attack who can score, right?
Yes.
Can we not just add the centre in? Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I get what you're saying with the because in theory, you can allow them just to go into that one zone as much as they bloody well want, to be honest.
Yeah. So, Richard, if every time, given the fact that it's a 5, this wouldn't be true if it's a 3, but because it's a 5, if every time I lost the ball, I could just like give them a point and get the ball back, I'd just give them a point and get the ball back and try and score 5.
Yeah, no, I'm getting my head around it. I'm trying to, I think, like you said, if for every 5 successful ones, it only takes 1 shot to be a level with them. So, have you been practicing this? Hold on, straight off Amazon. Have you been practicing that at all?
What, me?
No, as a team, have you been practicing the concept of getting double points?
Can't talk about the training. That's secret.
They're not going
CIA.
Nothing.
I have the formula for the double points and when to do it and when not to do it, but I'm not giving that out live on air.
Yeah, I don't.
You got to pay for that information, yeah.
You do, and some of the coaches, like Manchester Thunder and like Sam Bird, they're kind of like 85-90% of the way there, but they're missing just a little. They could make it just a little bit more efficient. But there is.
Go on, mate. Tell us.
No,
tell us, mate.
There's
Why
a time
not?
to do it. There's a time not to do it.
Well, let's focus a little bit on the north because we've got some.
Before you run off, tell everybody what the buzzer's all about.
Yeah, so I might get this right on. So the buzzer. So basically, this is going to be on the score table.
Right.
It looks like an X Factor type thing. We know we've got a low budget, so it's just a little gimmicky thing. But basically, within the quarter, at each game the teams play, within the quarter, if they press the buzzer, Martin, for 2 minutes, they get double points.
And how long's a quarter?
5 minutes per quarter.
Right. Okay. Right.
So how long are the games?
20 minutes.
So okay. So it's four. Okay, and then
4 5-minute quarters.
Okay, and then they get 2 minutes of double points. Okay, it's cool. And
so
obviously, only one team can have the 2 minutes. They can't both be on play at the same time.
If Sasha presses this button in say the second quarter, the other team cannot press it until the next quarter.
Oh,
so
right.
if both teams wait to the fourth quarter to do it, only one team will be able to do it. If that makes sense.
And wait, so then you get 1 power play a game.
A game, yeah.
So then you get 2 minutes of power play in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You need to up that.
No, 10-point shots. You mad?
We need more power plays.
No, 10-point shots, mate. That's not about 10. Look, 2 minutes, maximize it.
I've got. So in the final quarter, if both hasn't hit that button, when can they hit that button?
Whenever in the final quarter.
First in the final quarter, because otherwise the person can't have it at during the game.
Yeah, so basically it's going to be as soon as the whistle blows, they can hit the button, yeah?
Yeah.
So you're going to have 2 people at the edge of the court by, obviously, the score.
Fighting each other.
Yeah. So the question
Not that again.
I know what's going to happen here. Martin, Rewind the live stream. Who pushed it first? I'm gonna have to go.
No, that's not going to
frame by
happen.
Frame.
That's not
No,
going to happen.
Martin. No, it'd more likely be Martin. Can you please cut that stream? I can't have anyone seeing that ruck for the buzzer.
Because basically, you Richard, I'll say you only ever press the button when your team has the ball. There's no point pressing the button if the other team has the ball, because obviously
Mel from Stars, she's really excited about this, and she said that her players are just going to shoot 3s and 5s all day long, no ones. She's not doing ones. But she said to me, and I think what you said eradicates her argument. If you do the power play, what stops the other team basically just holding onto the ball? But as you said, you only can press it when your team's in possession, and if you score, you keep the ball anyway.
Are the umpires watching? Wait, you could speak to Sasha for a minute and let me bring up these rules, because I looked at the rules today. That's actually against the rules, and you can get penalised and cautioned for wasting time. But
the point. No, but you've cleared the point up. The point is very clear. If you can only press the button when you've got the possession, then obviously you're going to have to continue to score because you keep possession. At the end of the day, if you lose possession and you mess it up, that's not the other team's problem, to be honest.
No, the rules. No, so I looked at the rules today. The International Netball Federation rules says that you're not allowed to waste time. So actually, if you
how do you constitute that? How do you determine that?
Basically, what the rules say is that, say you're on a power play, you miss a shot, the other team gets the rebound. They're not allowed to just try and run out the clock. They have to try and score the ball. And so if it looks like they're just trying to run out the clock, the umpires first signal to the players, we're not happy with your play, take the ball towards the post. And then if not, a penalty is awarded and the player wasting time will be cautioned.
Yeah, but even if you do so tactically, but just keep repeating it, like you are doing a tactical play. Like if you're
you can potentially get suspended from the court for wasting time. So
that definitely won't happen, Sasha. 100% you will not get suspended for wasting time. Now, I'm going to play by the rules, everyone, and because I'm not known to. But I don't. If you mess up your power play, you mess it up, don't you, Sasha?
Well, yeah, you got to fight for it back, haven't you? There's still netball.
Because there's nothing stopping you from just getting 2 points, 2 points, 2 points, 2 points.
Well, there is, because once you score, the ball goes to your opponent.
No, it doesn't. Not in this game. You keep possession, Martin.
No,
I'm just bringing up the rules now.
Score, it goes to the other team.
No, in fast fives, you keep possession if you score.
No, the other team gets possession. The other team gets possession, Richard.
Oh, that makes that makes more sense then. Just don't time waste, Sasha.
I know more than you, my friend.
Right. Okay, you can make my screen bigger now.
Sorry, I didn't minimize it.
Right, look. In addition, the following applies. An objective as fast five is for the attacking team to progress play to its goal end in order to attempt to score a goal. Play that does not meet this objective, e.g. passing the ball simply to use up time, is considered to be not in the spirit of the game. In such a case, the umpire calls use it and points to the goal end of the team concerned as a signal that the team must immediately progress the ball towards its goal end to score a goal. If the player fails to immediately carry out the umpire's instruction, the player is penalised. Penalty awarded just outside the goal circle. Yeah, so you get penalty for wasting time.
Wait, I have a question. So surely if someone's lost possession though, and they've got pressed their power play, they're going to want to be getting like the ball back, so the defense is going to. So what if their goal shoot, like our goal shoot, for example, is just always covered because the defense want to turn the ball? You can't put the ball in, so you're going to have to keep doing resets.
Well, that's down to the umpires that's the umpire's call. But you have to be making an effort to score a goal. You're not allowed to waste time. So, yeah.
But again, it's very, very hard to determine what an effort to score a goal actually looks like.
Because we saw Kingsway Power waste time, didn't we? When they kept on throwing the ball back and.
But it's smart. Wow.
No, that was. Jodie keeps messaging me. Jodie, she's in the room. She's getting a lot of knowledge here. She keeps saying, I know what I'm doing. You don't need to tell me.
and then, Richard. So going back to the response to the players as well, I would say normally in a normal netball game, the goal shooter shoots most of the goals and ideally under the post. Whereas in fast five, the goal shooter is more in service of the goal attack rather than the other way around. So what the goal shooter's job is to do is get those rebounds under the post and get the ball back out to the goal attack so they can jack it up from 3 or 5 again.
Well, I want to talk quickly about the Northern Heats, because we do have and I believe, and don't quote me on this, but we do have another England international playing for Bury. Is it Anya Williams? Oh,
big England international.
Yeah, so she is one of the best players I've ever seen in my competitions. Not as entertaining as you, Sasha. So I don't want to, I mean, I don't need to get jealous or anything. But again, it'd be interesting to see how she shoots and stuff, because she is she's the youngest Super League player. She just got signed for Manchester Thunder to play in the Super League at 16.
Mad.
So I'd give it, Hayden, what sort of percentages should a player of this caliber be shooting?
Like 20% is good, because if you get 20% plus you get some offensive rebounds, plus when the other team gets the rebound, you win the ball back. Like shooting 20% from 5 is excellent. And like these shooters, listen, goal attacks, that's their DNA, hitting long shots. And the thing is, the normal rules of netball often require them to pass to the goal shooter, because it's just more efficient to shoot 90% under the post, right? Because in a normal netball game, under the post and towards the edge of the circle, get the same amount of points. But now all of these goal attacks, that don't get to show off their skills, they're all now foaming at the mouth. They've all been practicing for the past 2 weeks, getting ready for this tournament, and it's going to be live streamed. So potentially hitting a lot of, if Anya can go and hit a couple of long shots here, play well in the Super League for a couple of seasons, dig up this footage of these long shots, she'll be off to Australia hitting those Suncorp super shots. So it's important for her.
So there you go. Yeah, you go. You've got a platform. You could be in Australia, Sasha, in a couple of years' time, because of ENG and FBL. Oh, you think about us when you've made it, yeah.
Yeah, and as I said, and Richard, when you miss, don't get discouraged. Just keep jacking up the shots. Just keep jacking up and jacking up. Let your goal shooter get the rebounds, and these goal attacks need to be able to shoot.
Well, Hayden, you've made a good point there, because if whoever's in the room, whoever's listening, I want them to know, yes, you want to win the lovely ENG medals and lovely trophies we bring, but let's have fun, people. 5-point shots, 3-point shots. Like Hayden said, if you shoot 1-point shots maximum 3 times in a row, we're going to boot you out. We're going to open up the fire exit and sling you all out. I think that's a rule, isn't it, Hayden?
Yes.
I'll tell you what, I am glad I spent quite a few grand on the new equipment at the back end of last season for this game, because I swear it spins on the penny, these cameras. Obviously, I proved that at the end of the season. But I'm going to need them.
Richard, I'll give one more other tidbit.
Go on.
So when you shoot the 5s, it's better to shoot them from the sides than from the top. Because if you shoot them if you shoot them from the top, the rebound's probably going to go out of court, right? If you're a little bit long, it's going to bounce and go like out of court. Whereas if you shoot them from the side, it's more likely the ball stays in the court and there's more opportunity for your goal shooter to get the offensive rebound.
Right, Sasha, give us your feedback on that.
Sasha, were you already aware of that?
Yeah, because but I agree. Like, it is obviously hard shooting dead on as well. Like, it's just smarter to shoot from the side, or even like just slightly.
Where have you been most successful shooting from, the side or the middle, Sasha?
Me, probably most likely side.
Oh, Sasha's been practicing shooting then. Oh, she's not going to be playing golf. See, we don't know. I don't know if Izzy Todd can shoot these 5s, right? So Izzy Todd literally is just going to be like stood under the post, rebound, give it to Sasha, rebound, give it to Ella, rebound, give it to Sasha, rebound. That's what Izzy's going to be doing all weekend.
So sorry, tell me this, right? So. But this is turning more into like a basketball game on Saturday. This is more basketball-y, right?
Yeah.
Do you have to make sure you get the ball to this what we would call a 3-point shooter in basketball before that defender closes in? Do you have to create that space to get that shot off, or does it matter if the defender draws in? Do you need the space nice and clear to shoot a more successful shot, or does it not matter if the defender comes 3 or 4 foot in front of you? Go on, Sasha, hit me with it.
Good question, Richard.
You want to be like nowhere near a defender. Like that's the best possible outcome. But like, you know, holding your position, using your body around the circle edge is obviously how you're going to get your placement for the 5 pointers. You can't just keep after overheads. People are going to come out and fly. So I don't know.
But tell me, so Sasha, how quick? Like, so just say for instance, Izzy, like Hayden said, is doing the rebounding, right? And how quickly are you going to shoot if she takes the rebound and goes, right, we're going back to the 3 or 5 point area, and the defender's kind of about to start running towards you? Are you going to sit there and just set yourself and get, or is it a more instinctive type of shot you're going to do where you're just going to grab it and shoot as quickly as possible?
I would say it does depend on where the defender is, but you've got to be doing like your prelims, like the same you do for a centre pass, but getting ready to get it off the back line, because there's not as many players, is there? The centre's covered, you know. I know the centre should be on the circle edge, but if they're covered, you are the only option. So you just got to get free, really.
Yeah, it's going to be. Or maybe I should have an award for the best 5 point shooter. I don't know, maybe, but
yeah. But
well,
that would be the MVP anyway.
Yeah, that would be so. Saturday, to be honest, I'm actually happy in a little way that we had 4 teams drop out, because this sets us up for the Sunday, which is a 10-team tournament, which is going to be a lot more intense. So you're going to be the guinea pigs for the Sunday, the South. But going forward, Sasha, what does the season hold for you this season? What's the aims going into the 2023-24 season?
Just keep going. I want to new skills, want to learn new stuff, implement it in play, just see where I can get.
Well, what does Sasha, what can you improve upon? We've seen you for many years. You're an incredible player, but if you could improve on anything that will help your game get to the next level, what do you think it is?
I'd say I want to practice more on my range of passes and consistency with it. Cool.
Nice one. Well, you've got loads of opportunities this season to kind of adapt and try new things. But no, it's been. Have we got any more things to talk about Fast 5 wise?
No.
Cool. Well, do you know what? That was brilliant tonight, Hayden. Thank you for that insight. I'm actually really clear on how everything's kind of materializing. Before you go, Sasha, how right was Hayden? Did he get position wise? Was he 1 out of 5, 2 out of 5, 3 out of 5? How right did he get it?
4. What? Oh, I'm not saying that one.
Give him a point for each right position.
No, because I don't myself know exactly what it's going to be. It's not up to me, is it?
No, but in training, you must have been doing a certain setup.
We've done multiple different ones, so it's along the right lines, but it's not completely right. That's what
but you wouldn't pick that, would you?
No, she's been jacking up shots.
Not personally. You play what you get put as.
Hey, she was annoyed that you stuck her in goal defense. She's thinking, I'm getting that MVP trophy this weekend.
I think Ella's a better shooter than Sasha. I think Ella's going to be able to drill them from 5. But so then it's okay, we've got Gracie, we've got Sasha, we've got Olivia. Normally they play wing attack, but you don't have wing attacks in this game, right? So the goal attack is the most important player. And if they can shoot 20% from 5, they don't come off the court. So you've got to rotate those other positions. And they haven't got anyone else that can get rebounds like Izzy under the post. So she can't really come off the court either. So you've got to rotate those other 3 positions.
What's the percentage on the 3-point? Sorry, Sasha. What's the percentage on the 3-pointer?
Pardon?
What's the percentage on the 3-pointer, Hayden?
3, I don't know. They should be 40s plus. Yeah, 40-ish.
Oh,
so if you're hitting 40% from 3, that's 1.2, right? So if you can hit 40% from 3, or even if you can hit 33 and a third %, that's better than a 1, right?
Yeah.
What are you going to say, Sasha?
I was going to say, I understand what you're saying with the attacking end, Hayden. I get what you mean. You've got to have strong shooters, strong attackers.
Yeah.
Turn that clown stuff off, mate.
Sorry. Hey, it's very rare that yeah.
Go on, Sasha.
At the same time, I think the defense, you don't just change it to an attacking goal defense, because our defenders can attack. You have to be able to do both. So I feel it would be more, you'd get more advantage if you had like a two strong defenders in. Realistically, I've not been training as goal defence, so I don't think that would be the best option for defence.
Well,
I think Sasha's signalling to Hayley, do not put me goal defence.
Hey, whatever I get put as, I just don't think it's the strongest. Like, I don't know.
I would personally say this would be my, and if anyone's watching going, they're just talking about Paul, it's because we've got Sasha in the room. So and this is the team we've kind of lived with for the last 4 years. So if it is and this is a team we know of as well, I know every single player in this team. So if I was picking the team, Hayden, I'll keep Martha there.
Yeah.
Goal defence, I have Katie.
Yeah.
I've Gracie in the middle. I've Ella. I'd have Sasha goal attack, and I have Ella goal shooter.
But rebounding is key.
Yeah, but again, like you said, Izzy's going to be more of a rebounder. But if you have, I think Sasha and Ella are more of a long shot specialist. So if you've got 2 long shot specialists, there might not be a need for a rebound, my friend.
There's only one ball, though. There's only one ball. So you need 1 shooter and 1 rebounder. Izzy is key. Because the thing is, if Izzy can shoot 5s as well, then that's another string to her bow. But simply her, and the other thing is she's a really good passer. So it's like when you get the rebound, you still need to be able to find the goal attack at the 5-point line. So it's not enough just to be able to get the rebound. And Izzy is an excellent passer. We see that all the time with her driving out of the circle. And then when Ella goes in, she just fires those passes into her. So, yeah.
Well, there you go, everyone. All the teams watching, that's Paul's potential lineup. So get ready. It's going to be a load of fun. Most importantly, it's the season opener. We've got a hell of a season ahead of us. Again, with players like Sasha and all these other girls who have been engaged in the ENG type of world. They're the architects of where this kind of business model is going. Without them kind of immersing themselves in the ideas and the stuff we're doing, we wouldn't be where we are now. So again, you're a pioneer. You're one of the many pioneers, Sasha. Thanks to you, hundreds upon hundreds of girls across the country are enjoying their netball in a more entertaining way. But this weekend, let's have fun. Let's score 5 points, 3 points. As Hayden said, if we see 1 point shots,
10.
Yeah, 10-point shots, and let's have fun. But I look forward to seeing you Saturday. Hayden, you're going to be there Saturday as well. Yeah. Martin, obviously, you're going to be there Saturday, and I'm going to enjoy it. So, thank you so much, everyone, for coming on, and to the people who are looking for the competition. The holiday T-shirt competition results, I will put something up either tonight or tomorrow morning in regards to that. But thank you, everyone. Thank you, Sasha.
Bye-bye. Don't forget to subscribe. Okay, bye-bye.